Hi, I'm Ron Mann, and I work at Northern Lights Canada as an employer liaison. Been here for a little over a couple of years now.
Please tell us what you do at Northern Lights as a job developer.
Essentially, the job that I have involves finding opportunities for employment for some of our clients, and basically, I go out as our clients come in. They spend a good amount of time with employment counselors. We get to know their clients quite well that way. We help them to develop their skills and maybe reschool. It's my job to get out in the community and find out what employers are looking for, so that I not only can find job opportunities, I can feed back into our organization opportunities that exist now or perhaps a little down the road. So I form relationships with employers and hopefully build a bridge between people that are looking for jobs and people that are looking for employees.
In your opinion, how is the economy in Peterborough?
The economy in Peterborough, like a lot of places in Ontario, is in a state of flux. Previously, I would say to previous generations, there was a lot of light industrial employment available in the area. That has been changing started changing quite some time ago. So the economy in Peterborough is sort of holding its breath right now. There are some bright spots, and there are other areas that seem very stagnant for one reason or another.
If you could welcome one particular profession to come to Peterborough because of current labor market shortage, what profession would that be?
In the short term, I'd like to see some tertiary services to the resource sector, because right now in Canada, the strongest part of the economy is the resource sector. Mining is a big issue, as is of course oil and any of the natural resources. Unfortunately, we seem to be sending a lot of those things out of the country. I'm old enough to remember back in the day when we tried to develop value-added products to our economy. It seemed to have taken a step back from that now. However, there are opportunities that exist for supplying services and products to the resource sector. And I can think of a couple places in Peterborough that have done a pretty good job of hooking up with projects in Alberta, let's say, and are supplying services and products to them. Over and above that, I'd love to see some green technology come into the Peterborough area. There's been rumors about this, that, and the other thing. Of course, we have the Lily Lake as an example of green tech, but I'd like to see that further developed.
You said there is a common misconception that there is a shortage of work available in Peterborough area. Can you elaborate on that?
There is, the common perception is probably, it's a number of things. There is work in the Peterborough area. It's difficult to find, okay? I actually know of quite a few small employers that are terrified to place an ad when they're looking for people, because they get so many resumes, they don't know how to deal with it. The other problem is people's expectations have to be shifted. The jobs of yesterday don't exist. There's a lot of jobs out there. Attitudes are part of the problem. A lot of it's said that 80% of the jobs never actually get advertised. That's very much true in Peterborough. So if you're not active in the field looking for jobs, using your connections, networking, letting your friends and your families know repeatedly that you're looking for work, those opportunities probably won't present themselves. The nice thing about that, of course, is that means there's a need for job developers, and that's why I have a job. So
What profession is currently quite easy to find a job in?
The retail sector is quite big in Peterborough. I've heard it said that more people per capita work in retail in Peterborough than anywhere else in Canada. So that's probably one of the main places to go. Mind you, a lot of that employment, a lot of that recruiting is done centralized these days through the internet, so it's hard to have a localized influence on that, but that's where most of the jobs are here in town.
What profession is currently quite difficult to find a job in?
Oddly enough, I would say the ones that are really, really hard to get would be heavy equipment drivers. And the other thing that's very difficult to find is apprenticeships, primarily because a couple of reasons. There are limits on how many apprentices a tradesman can take on. As well, there's a lot of tradespeople who are at a stage in their life where they don't want to take on anybody. They're actually looking at exiting the employment field. So in this particular area, apprenticeships are difficult to find.
Do you have any comments to add?
Not really. I like a lot of people in Peterborough. I'm curious to know where it's going to go for this particular area. There's a lot of there's a lot of cause for hope. There's also a lot of things that have changed, and I think it's important for people to realize that they have to change with it. The opportunities are there. They may not be the same as yesterday's opportunities, but they do exist.
Thank you, Ron.
You're welcome.